Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a new edition of our online interview series here at Commodity TV, today with EnWave. And we want to talk to Brent Charleton, the CEO. Good morning to Canada. How are you, Brent?
Good morning, Jochen. It's great to see you.
Yeah, great to see you. By the way, I love your background. That's really cool. Juicy and what is it? Vegetables, fruits. That's great. All the good things you are dehydrating. I love that.
Yeah, the tagline now for a lot of these food manufacturers is let's make something new. Let's make something different and better than what's currently available in the marketplace.
Yeah, absolutely. And you are doing that all the time. I must say, I follow your company now 13 years, just to be exactly. And I must say, you have never been in better shape than the last, let's say, 2-3 quarters, honestly. You are even making money also, which is fantastic. And yeah, we have a lot to talk today. Also, what I should say, I'm a shareholder of the company, and EnWave stock is also included in the SRC Mining Special Situations Certificate. And we want to double the position there by the end of the week. Yeah, so let's get started. You guys signed with Golden Crops Corporation. I think it's a Taiwanese company, not a Chinese. That's important. A leading Southeast Asian ingredient company, a technology and evaluation license option agreement. I mean, that's great. You are entering now the Asian market in addition here.
Yeah, well, Golden Crops as a company is first rate. They already have international business in over 15 countries, working with some very large CPG players as an ingredient provider, primarily in the grain area. But the use of our technology will broaden, hopefully, the portfolio of different fruits and vegetables, shelf-stable ingredients that they can sell internationally to their partners. So we're very much looking forward to going to Taiwan and doing that installation over the next couple of months. And it'll be the 21st country where we'll have a vacuum microwave machine from EnWave deployed into now.
Wow, super. How large is Golden Crops? I mean, what could we expect if they are, let's say, positive on what they do with your trial machine, I would call it?
Yeah, I mean, they generate revenues of several hundred million per year, and they have the potential for acquiring large-scale equipment quickly if there is some traction gained with their current clientele after product development is complete. So ideally, we would have them buying a large machine probably sometime in 2023 if all things go well through the TLOA.
Fantastic, super. So that could be really significant for the company in the future here.
Absolutely. Well, every large machine that we sell is significant to EnWave. And so it's great that we have a nice cadence of selling our smaller scale equipment, and NutraDry is starting to bounce back with the moon cheese business. But what is the most impactful to EnWave on a financial basis is selling large scale equipment at 60 kilowatts in rated power or higher. So every single one of those is important to us.
Yeah, definitely. Super. I think the Taiwanese market is also not so small. That's great. Also you have been, I think, at the food exhibition in Cologne in Germany. And before that, you hosted a showcase event with ELEA to highlight the synergies of PEF and REV technologies. Can you elaborate a bit on that? What does that mean?
Sure. So ELEA is the foremost provider of pulse electric field technology, which is a way to basically puncture the cells of food products, allowing for the dehydration rates to increase slightly, but more importantly, the structure retaining a more natural look and color, as well as, of course, the nutrition being preserved using a low temperature drying process after the pulse electric field treatment. And that's what we really wanted to highlight during the showcase, inviting companies from throughout Europe to attend to see demonstrations firsthand. And out of that, we were able to generate some material new opportunities for our business, which was the sole purpose. That then transitioned into participation at the Anuga FoodTec in Cologne, which is the largest food technology trade show globally, happens once every couple of years and hadn't happened the past few years because of COVID, clearly. So we were unsure about the attendance rate, but the attendance was great. And the quality of the companies that were coming through to visit with us was high. As well, we got the opportunity to meet with several senior executives from current companies that we're working with face to face for the first time, given, we're living in a world of Zoom meetings. So that's going to help us push these projects forward. And I thought it was quite beneficial for our team to be there.
Super. So that you would say that was very positive for the future business for EnWave?
Future and current. Again, we need to meet with some of the decision makers on projects that are going to decide, are we going to buy large scale equipment this month, next month, this year, or not? And so getting to see them talk through some of their questions, again, face to face, I think resonates with them far better than it would, again, through a Zoom meeting like we're doing today.
Yeah, definitely. It's always better, and maybe you can have in the evening a little drink together. That always helps a lot. We know that.
Well,
That's for sure.
relationships are key in any business, right? And
Yeah,
especially ours
absolutely.
being a long-term royalty
Yeah,
partnership,
yeah,
where we're going to be there for a long period of time with them.
yeah. Super. So, would you say after the fair and also your showcase event, how many new projects you think you have generated?
I mean, you can ballpark them. It really is semantics to throw out a number right now because
Hmm.
what are we realistically looking at this year to convert versus next year? So call it another 30 projects into like material projects into the pipeline.
Hmm.
But for us, I mean, our hyper focus right now is on selling more large scale equipment,
Hmm.
brass tack.
Definitely. Yeah.
And this month we have the opportunity to do so, and next month as well. So having a stronger Q3 than Q2 for our fiscal year.
Hmm.
And then into Q4, we are also anticipating several decisions to be made. Partner in Calbee from Japan. We know the U.S. Army has funding that's been approved to acquire large-scale equipment, and whether that comes to be released in either August, September, or October, TBD.
Hmm.
But we're also looking forward to consummating that next step with them.
Hmm. Okay, super. U.S. Army, that means also that we can talk about your, what is it called? Hang on. Ah, with the Nomad Nutrition thing here, because you have this adventure food also, and I think it's quite the same like you are doing with the Army, right?
Yeah, and the Nomad Nutrition and U.S. Army projects are quite similar, but Nomad's different in that they're drying complete ready-to-eat meals and selling them to consumers through the likes of REI, Mountain Equipment Co-op, very well-known retailers for outdoor enthusiasts.
Hmm.
Whereas the U.S. Army is focused on integrating a shelf-stable cheesecake into their meals. So a malleable, shelf-stable, delicious cheesecake that can
Hmm.
withstand temperatures 40 degrees Celsius plus for long periods of time.
Hmm. Okay, super. So, I mean, U.S. Army is on the one hand, I think, a great proof of quality for sure, because they are very critical when it comes to the Army. But also, I think with those outdoor meals, that could be something big. I mean, if I think about, let's say, Jack Wolfskin, Columbia, all those outdoor brands, if you combine with them together something, wouldn't that make sense?
Certainly for Nomad Nutrition, our licensed partner, they're trying to consummate these types of partnerships and distribution now to grow their business, which
Hmm.
ultimately led to them buying a second 10 kilowatt from us. And they're not likely to be a RevWorks customer now moving forward,
Hmm.
even though we have large scale production available in Vancouver. They're based in Vancouver. And so it makes sense for them to leverage that available machine processing capacity that we have.
Mhm. Super. RefWorks, that was a great keyword because that's also something I want to talk to you about. You launched the RefWorks, yeah, state-of-the-art vacuum microwave toll manufacturing facility. Um, yeah, nearby your headquarter, right? And yeah, how is that going? How was it received so far? Because I could imagine some white label production there makes also sense, right?
Yeah. Excuse me. It's coming back from a cold being over in Europe for so long. Yeah, no, RevWorks has gained a lot of interest for transitionary production of minimum viable product with several of our partners. We've been doing line trials since it started up and are expecting to receive our SQF, which is Safe Quality Food
Mhm.
certification, within the next month. That's critical to be able to supply some of the larger consumer packaged goods companies that require that before they can engage in a contract for tolling or co-manufacturing.
Mhm.
So what we foresee over the next 2 quarters here is, well, what we hope to be a large portion of that capacity utilization on the 60 kilowatt line getting allocated to 2 or 3 companies that are already talking to us about specific products that they want to process there.
Mhm. Okay, so is that for them like also a test, and they maybe buy then later on when they say, "Oh yes, we are super satisfied with the product you guys produced for us." Maybe they buy themselves then, I don't know, 60 kilowatt machine, for example.
I'd say the majority of prospects for RevWorks are in that camp. They want to see the production of their product at scale before they commit to the large scale equipment themselves.
Hmm.
But there are other prospects for RevWorks that are already currently anticipated to buy large scale equipment for placement in other parts of the globe that would like to have manufacturing capacity as well in North America to complement their investment in other large scale equipment. So it's a little bit of both. Companies have already
Hmm.
committed and companies that we hope to commit to large scale equipment.
Okay, super. So if we have a look on your, let's say tons of projects you have, you are doing the right stuff to really attract new customers. You want to bind customers to you. How do you see, let's say, for the next 1 or 2 years, on the one hand, the royalty revenue, on the other hand, let's say moon cheese and all those related products, the revenue. So how do you see, let's say, your further positive transition into a real profit-making company? And of course, if I look at your stock price, which is a nightmare, which and with a lot of other companies too. I mean, we do not talk about the big tech stocks. They were crashed completely. But the thing to me is, I mean, if you start to make really a lot of money and make consistent money, maybe you want to buy back some shares also, because that's so dirt cheap.
Agreed. We would like to confirm a handful of additional large-scale purchase orders before aggressively using our NCIB this year. I think that's the pragmatic way to do things, given that we've invested in our inventory significantly to ensure that we can deliver these large-scale pieces of equipment in a timely fashion to match up with the needs of these prospects. For the future in terms of royalty generation for this fiscal year, we anticipated to generate somewhere in the range of 1.5 to 2 million in clean third-party royalties, not including the royalties collected from our subsidiary NutraDried, which is an intercompany transaction. As for NutraDried's performance, we hope to have them back to profitability by the end of Q4 of this year, and they're on the way to do that. They've won a lot of material new distribution for their new stick product, as opposed to the ball form of moon cheese, into the likes of Walmart, Whole Foods, Kroger, Safeway, Albertsons, et cetera, and are very much aggressively going after new club opportunities to complement the retail grocery stickiness. So for NutraDried, we hope to have them performing well above 20 million in net revenue within the next year or so into fiscal 23. Certainly that would make them profitable. And then from EnWave's outlook, we said at the beginning of this fiscal year, our target was 10 large machines and 15 small. We think that we can still get there on both of those numbers in the latter half of this year as we're going through Q3, given that some of the decision points got pushed off, the projects didn't get shut down and said, no, we're not going forward. So we expect a busy next 5 months. We're working hard to try and hit that number. Keep in mind, last year we only sold 4 large-scale machines and I believe 12 10-kilowatt machines. So for us to come close to our lofty aspirations that we set for ourselves would still be, I think, an accomplishment in itself. And as we move into 23, where I've already stated the expectations for NutraDried, we would hope to replicate that with another 10 large machines and another 15 10 kilowatts at that cadence.
Wow, that would be phenomenal. So what is now the financial situation of the company? Looking at debt, what is cash in the bank? How stable are you?
Cash is still a strong balance sheet. We have just about 9 million, and that's including some of the receivables that we're expecting this month from some of the larger orders. There's no need to go and finance at this point. We're managing our expenses and our costs prudently in both businesses, NutraDried and EnWave. And we're basically biding our time to close off these large-scale purchase orders that, as you could imagine, are intense negotiations with some critical commercial terms that have long-term implications. And also on the cannabis side, really proving out the technology to some of the marquee targets in the United States, which we feel is going to be quite complementary to the success we hope to see in the food market in the latter half of this fiscal year.
Wow, that would be fantastic.
The stock, though, is depressed. We've had a number of sellers come through. Markets are not in good shape, which just compounds the issue. And so if you're, been looking at EnWave for a while and you haven't yet bought, this certainly is an interesting opportunity. And for those that are longer term shareholders, the opportunity to average down at these prices, given the outlook that we do have and the strength on the balance sheet that we do have. And again, it could be a great opportunity for those longer term shareholders too.
Absolutely. That's definitely what I will do, to be honest. I will also buy. That is for sure. Last question. You had an injunction application against the former CEO. Can we talk about that a bit?
We can talk about what's been made public and
of course, but let's put it that way. You're not facing any trouble out of that. You are in good shape.
At this point, we're in I would say, strong position in that the BC Supreme Court upheld an injunction application, which basically put restraints on some of the accused in terms of their participation, assistance, or basically anything to do with vacuum microwave technology in and itself, given the evidence that was provided and the reasoning by the justice that there is a serious question to be tried in multiple accusations that we've made. So next steps really are, there's a period of time where the counterparts can appeal the reasoning. And if they choose to do so, then we'll go back and sit in front of a justice again, talk about the injunction. If not, then the hearing itself for the case won't start until likely September 2023. So there won't be any prospective disruption from this other than going through the discovery process and getting together our case until that point in time. And then how long that takes, we will have to see. There's also the possibility that, you know, they may want to settle with us. We don't know. Maybe they come to us with something that is reasonable, but we'll have to see.
Mm-hmm. Okay, super. So the world looks good for you. The world looks bright regarding machines, regarding projects, regarding after the fair you have been in Cologne, I would say. The only thing is you have to do is sell the machines and deliver.
That's exactly it. I mean, knowing what we know behind the curtain and the conversations we're having with prospective partners and look, we're very confident in the business. But then there's like the stock price piece where you get the angry shareholders calling saying, what's going on? And all you can say is we're continuing to work hard and news will come here. And by the end of the year, hopefully this will be a long forgotten period of time. And those who took advantage of the stock price where it is today will be in a good spot.
Definitely. Super. Brent, thank you very much for the update. And shaky times, but I'm pretty sure you make it. You had that before and you also came over that. I think you guys are the right team and wish you all the best. Good luck. Sell those machines. We need them. And make shareholders again happy.
Thanks, Jochen.
Super. Thank you. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was Brent Charleton, the CEO of EnWave, and you heard it. Business is running, things are going forward. The company has no debt, $9 million in the bank, and they are really in the mode to hopefully sell 10 large machines and 15 10 kilowatt machines for the business year here, which ends in by September in 2022. And after talking about the Cologne fair and also the ILEA project showcase day, I think there's a lot of interest for those products, and EnWave is in a fantastic position. And let's see what's going on. I'm very positive. I will buy more shares, definitely, and we put it also in the SRC Mining Special Situations certificate. So you maybe should consider also some and have a very close look on EnWave. Thanks for watching us, and bye-bye from Switzerland.